MTG Scoundrels, it's in the cardboard. Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Modern Weekly. Today on the docket, a mirror match, Rakdos Scam versus Rakdos Scam. Considering this is the last week before Modern Horizons 3, figured why not go with the deck that has defined the format. Starting off with a Blood Crypt into a Ragavan. And a Blood Crypt into a Lightning Bolt to kill the Ragavan. Scam player on the right, Will, is on 5. Oh, there is a Kroxa. Looks like just discarding a land here. Taking the 3 damage off the Kroxa. Land into Thoughtseize. Taking the Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Dashing a Ragavan, getting in for 2. Revealing a land. Making the treasure token, Ragavan goes back to hand. Bloodstained Mire. For the land for turn. Passing, there's a swamp for turn. Dashing Ragavan again. Terminating the Ragavan. And passing back. Grief, exiling a Grief here to take the other Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. And passing the turn. 3 cards in hand for Aaron's list of Scam. 0 for Will's. Polluted Delta. Cracking it. Finding another swamp. And there is a Grief. We'll hear the Rakdos player finding a Surveil land. Deciding not to play the Takenuma, passing the turn. Grief getting in for 3. Sitting at 17-7. There is a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Making a 2-2. End step, flashing in an Orcish Bowmasters. Of course, that is a Goblin Shaman token off the Fable. And here's the Molten Collapse to take care of the Goblin Shaman token. And that'll do it for Game 1. Game 1 going to Aaron and Rakdos Scam. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. Sideboarding here, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of graveyard hate brought in. A couple more removal spells. And of course, in the description, you'll find deck lists, as well as timestamps for the individual games. And of course, Aaron playing in the match here, founder of Arcane Artistry, friend of the channel. Please check out the description below if you guys enjoy stained glass tokens. Currently available is treasures, clues, and foods. I know in the future there's going to be more added as well. High quality tokens, check them out. All right, moving on to Game 2 here. Looks like Aaron going to 6. Starts with a Leyline of the Void out as the turn 0 play. And we have a Grief, Scam, Grief. Nope, not a Scam, Grief. Just tossing a K command to Grief here. No land for turn played yet. Interesting decision. Looks like taking the Orcish Bowmasters and then fetching to play a Ragavan. Bringing us to 20-17. Marsh Flats and pass here. Attacking in with Ragavan. Revealing a land. Dealing 2 damage, creating a treasure. End step, cracking the Marsh Flats. Finding a swamp. Of course, can't Grief Scam's Grief when Leyline of the Void is out. Because if it dies, it's going to get exiled. Marsh Flats, cracking it. Looks like to play a Dothy Voidwalker. Getting another swamp. Untapping, drawing. Currently at 16-17. Ragavan, rumbling in. Finding a Dothy Voidwalker after taking 2. And here we will have a Molten Collapse to take care of the Dothy, passing. Blood Crypt for turn. And Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. One of the most impactful cards in recent Magic. Just does so much for 3 mana. And there is a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, creating a Goblin Shaman. Ragavan getting in. Interesting decision. Decides not to block, reveals a Fatal Push. And casts the Fatal Push to get rid of the opposing Goblin Shaman token, passing the turn. Fable trigger. Dumping a Grief, drawing a card. Playing a tapped fast land here and passing the turn. Fable trigger. Dumping a Not Dead After All, kind of a dead card when Leyline of the Void is out on the battlefield. Swinging in for 4 here. Trigger, making a treasure token off the Goblin Shaman. Taking 4, revealing a Castle Lochthwain. Making another treasure off the Ragavan there. And looks like there's a Dothy Voidwalker. There's a Terminate to answer it. Untapping and drawing. Fable will flip into the reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Currently sitting at 6-17 here. Tapping 4, and there is a Grief. Making some decisions here on what to either kill. And it's a tough shot. Like, you could try to get rid of the Grief now. Looks like 2 treasures being spent. Deciding to kill the reflection with a Terminate. Lightning Bolt and Fable in hand. Turn being passed. Drawing a land. Attacking for 4. Grief blocking the Ragavan. Taking 2, going down to 4. Oh yeah, and the reflection is flipped for what it's worth. Looks like they're catching that up. And casting another one. So there should be a second Goblin Shaman here. But that's going to be a scoop anyway. Game 2, going to the Rakdos Scam player, this time Will. Thank you again for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. We appreciate all of you for tuning in, especially for checking out our Death Shadows video. Give our last video a watch. Sultai Roots versus 5-color Creativity. This time Aaron will be on the play. I'm excited to see where Modern Horizons 3 puts us in terms of a metagame. A lot of fun new cards coming out. Is it going to be more of Rakdos Scam? Probably. But how many of the current decks will still be in their current form? Looks like moving on to game 3 here. Looks like Aaron on Rakdos Scam going down to 6. Yep. Opening play Leyline of the Void. There's a Thoughtseize. Taking the Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Passing the turn. Fetching. Looks like Rakdos Scam for Aaron here. Stuck on 1 land to start. Will here grabbing a Surveil land. Drawing. Or surveilling, excuse me. Then drawing. There's a Verdant Catacombs. Cracking it, finding a swamp. Two for a Dothy Voidwalker. No second land. There's the third land for Will here. Attacking with Dothy. And passing. Untapping and drawing here. There's a dashed Ragavan. Getting in for 5. Ooh, exiling the land. Ragavan will go back to hand. Treasure token made. Sometimes those are the outs. Casting a Fable. Making the 2/2 Goblin Shaman. Casting the Ragavan, attacking for 3. Putting us at 7 to 18. It's always dangerous to keep 1-landers, folks. Even if you can argue it. There's a Grief, pitching a Bowmasters. In response, casting Lightning Bolt. Showing off 2 Fatal Pushes. But they're going to call it there. That is game, set, match. Going to Rakdos Scam and Will here. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. Be a friend, tell a friend. And we will see all of you next week on the other side of Modern Horizons 3.